cheese is really easy when you've got beautiful cheeses like this to work with, and great cheese and a little bit of good wine and you're off to a great start. Whether you're choosing blue or brie or vintage cheddar, they all start off looking like this, and then they're often cut and wrapped and brought to your supermarket so you can choose from there. I often love to put a cheese platter together. I'm a bit of a cheese platter diva amongst my friends. They always say, Naomi, bring the cheese platter along. And I love to do that because it's really quite easy. Just think about these tips when you're doing it. Start off with some fresh fruit. I've got some beautiful Corella pears, some lovely red grapes which are nice and crisp, and a few dates. I love mixing dates with cheese. They really go very, very well. A nice heavy fruit bread that's finely sliced also goes well with cheese. And now I'm going to choose 3 different cheeses. Starting off with everyone's favourite, a camembert, or you could use a brie. This is a Tasmanian heritage. And again, choose it when it's close to the use-by date, because then you'll know it's as ripe as possible. I'm going to slice that in half and just open it up on the board. And I've got a lovely vintage cheddar. This is a Surprise Bay from King Island Dairy, and you can see it's gorgeous and crumbly. It's been covered in wax towards the end of the maturation process to protect it, but I love that red wax. It gives a beautiful bit of colour to the platter, so we're going to add that over here. And for the blue today, I'm using an Endeavour blue. You can actually buy it at the supermarket like this. I'm going to cut it off this big wheel here so that, because we have it on hand, that's got a beautiful mottled blue vein running through it. Blue vein cheese goes really, really well with something sweet. And quince paste or a fig paste that you can buy in your supermarket. This is a little South Cape ones that I've got here. Pop that open. Because they come moulded, the way I like to present them is like this. Turn them out and then just slice them in half, and I overlap them onto the plate. And don't forget the crisp breads. These are little classic crisp breads. They come in lots of different flavours, so knock them all over the board. I like to actually make a little stack of them, almost like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And just a few smoked almonds because they go great with cheese, so a little nest of them over here. So that's it. Don't forget to put a cheese knife with every cheese so that the flavours don't mix, so make sure you have one for each. You can use a butter knife if you like for some of the soft cheeses. It doesn't have to be a fancy cheese knife. And I think you'll agree that's a very simple way to put a great cheese platter together with a little bit of white wine. But cheese doesn't just have to happen at the end of the meal or as part of a party as a buffet. What about an antipasto style cheese platter for the beginning of an event? Come and have a look over here. I've put together the makings of a lovely antipasto platter here using some sliced salami, some olives, some cornichons, some roasted red capsicum and a couple of wonderful cheeses. Some fresh bocconcini, these are the South Cape ones. Here's a nice little tip. I love to wrap them in prosciutto, so get it finely sliced and just wrap it. I love doing this little job. It's almost like wrapping up a baby. So pop that on top here. I've got a little Australian Gold pepper swirl cheese here, which is fantastic for an antipasto platter. It gives it a little bit of bite. And I'm going to use Persian feta. South Cape's Persian feta comes marinated in a herbed oil with herbs and peppercorns in it. It's a really soft and succulent cheese. And I'm just going to ease that out of here. You don't really need to do anything to it apart from serve it as is with a nice little spoon. And it's a nice alternative to a dip. Beautiful on bruschetta, on a crisp bread, or some nice crusty bread. So I'll just serve that with a little spoon. And these little rosemary and sea salt grissini are also a lovely addition to an antipasto platter. So that's a great little antipasto platter to serve at the beginning of a party. Don't put the really heavy cheeses on them. Choose the fresher style white cheeses, and they go very well with antipasto ingredients. For more information on cheese, go to cheesematters.com.au, your complete guide to cheese.